Hi, everyone. This is Connie and Meredith with the Saltivation team. We just wanted to follow up on, a conversation that we had recorded pre-Colorado Department of Revenue work group meeting. It is Friday, June 24th, shortly 24 hours after the work group ended. So Connie and I just kind of wanted to throw out some key takeaways that we learned in that meeting that was attended by almost 300 people via Zoom. And there were about 25 to 30 people in the room at the DOR. So really something that people have been paying attention to, had a lot of comment on, and just wanted to kind of give our thoughts on that. So I guess first, Connie, what did you think kind of overall? What was your opinion of the meeting, how you think it went and all that?
I think the meeting actually went fairly well. There were a lot of questions, a lot of very frustrated, I won't even say taxpayers, but a lot of frustrated businesses and not understanding how to apply this new fee and how to make it work in their systems and that sort of thing. And I think that the state did come really well prepared to respond to those questions. And I do think that there were, at the same time, I think there were a lot of questions that went unanswered still. So there's still a lot of work, I think, to be done in figuring out how this fee is going to work.
Yeah. And so kind of what we can applaud the, Connie, to your point, the DOR in saying is, Josh prefaced the meeting of, hey, we've read through those comments that we've submitted that were submitted earlier, and there was a lot of questions regarding, can we delay this? And so, within the first 5 minutes of when this meeting started, and the biggest takeaway, I think, for us as practitioners, and this was something that we wanted to know as tax ops who submitted, comment, is this cannot be delayed. So July 1st, it has to go into effect. So the DOR has no control over that. What the DOR can do is be a little lenient on the enforcement procedures. So something that we learned is that statutorily, this delivery fee has to be separately stated on customer invoices and paid by the customer. So for the foreseeable future, which I believe was what Josh were words, and we can a recording was pushed out to the attendees, so we can put that in the show notes because it's kind of public comment or publicly available. We'll see if we can get that in the show notes. Is that they are not going to be strict on the requirement of charging your customers separately stated. So if you as a business kind of want to self-assess that fee, while not part of the statutory language, the department is not going to pick on that. And also what they say is, they were going to be lenient on kind of late filings and penalty and interest forgiveness, since this is dependent on your sales tax filing. So if you're a monthly filer, you need to, start giving your first share of this fee in theory by August 20th, 2022. So I think that was nice. They kind of doing what they can, right? They're kind of hamstrung based on what went through the legislators. And, something, Connie, what you picked up on, that they really emphasized the taxable goods, right? So the fee comes into effect when you are selling a taxable good for sales tax purposes delivered via motor vehicle. Then that 27-cent fee kicks in, right?
To a location in Colorado.
To a location in Colorado, yes. Thank you for that clarification. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, and so that alone, that topic raised a ton of questions about what if there's a partial sale that's partially taxable, not fully taxable, and I think they answered questions about how, how they'll look at that as well. So again, kind of going back to your point, they did say that they would be lenient, and they're also looking for good faith effort, and not just blowing off the fee, and just waiting for the state to come after you. But if you put forth a good faith effort to comply, even if your system doesn't do it, even if you have to, I believe they mentioned even absorbing the fee for a while. They are able to kind of, let that go for now until the systems are more in place.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, and there were just a lot of, I think Josh did a good job of just trying to like address as many taxpayer concerns and whatnot. Still a lot of unanswered questions. I think they did keep the work group to 2 hours. I'm pretty sure they would still be there if given the opportunity. But what we could tell kind of in the Zoom and who introduced themselves for public comment, there were, lobbyists, there were tax practitioners like us there were business owners, there were software providers in the Zoom, that we know. There were industry kind of union representatives or trade associations. Again, a lot of practitioners and just businesses. So what kind of, people, and people were really upset about it. It's like, why didn't we know about this? We just learned about this. We have to put this in place in July, but this just came out in May or April or later this spring. It's not enough time. So, I appreciate like the department doing what they can in terms of like a leniency thing, but it still doesn't kind of release the concerns of the people who have to impose this thing. And so, I think we will stay on top of it, let you all know what we know. Again, we'll try to put a copy of the recording in the show notes, and, please reach out if you have any questions. And thanks for stopping by this Friday afternoon within 24 hours, shortly 24 hours after the work group concluded. So we will be in touch. Thanks again.